so forth and so on, and our young people academic experiences enhanced, and then boom, batter, our community is getting fatter. Vince Wright, I put it in there, 773-803-9824, get a number. Vince Wright's in the building. Thank you for calling in to the Bench Podcast. Vince Wright, let me talk to you.
What's going on, H-Rap?
What's good? Talk to me, brother. What's on your mind?
Well, first off, I don't know what this Jungle Brothers in here talking about. This brother needs to stay up on them sorry-ass Giants and them trifling-ass fucking New York Knicks and coming over here talking shit about Minnesota all the time. Tell you what, Jungle Brother, jump in the 18-wheeler, the 14-wheeler, whatever that little hog of a truck you got. If they can make it to Minnesota, you're more than welcome to come up and chill with RC and the Gov. I don't think it's really going to make it here personally, but, that's just me.
Damn. There's a war going on outside. Y'all, nobody's safe.
I got you, Jungle. I got you. Always trying to be like Puffy, all up in the video.
Oh, not P. Diddy. J. Diddy. Did you just call him J. Diddy? Damn.
All up in the videos, trying to be master producer, all up in the shows.
What's good, Gov? Talk to me, Gov.
Always Jungle, but see, that's the thing, Jungle always talking shit. Ain't never coming down to Atlanta to chill with the Stewies. Ain't coming to Minnesota after all he's been doing is talking shit about Minnesota. Come on up, homie.
Damn,
come on up. If your truck can make it, come on up. Otherwise, I'll send you a ticket.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he say he more like Resident Puffy.
Oh, man, Jungle, man, just like Puffy, just chilling, trying to get all up in your shows and whatnot. Come on through, Jungle. We'll do a live show here in Minnesota.
He's swinging hard at you.
Face to face.
Mano
y mano. Come on, Vasco. Come to Minnesota.
Oh. Hey, Jungle, it sounds like a challenge.
Oh, it's more than a challenge. Come on through, homie. He ain't coming, though.
Damn. He's swinging hard,
That's
Jungle.
what he does. Talk shit, never shows up.
Oh, man. He said, Grego said, get back in the octagon, Jungle. Damn, everybody swinging on my man, Jungle. Damn, they done called my man Jungle the Gooch.
Never saw the Gooch, though, did you? Everybody always afraid of the Gooch. Nobody ever saw the Gooch.
Damn. That's cold, bro.
Jungle, come on up to the Twin Cities, brother. I'll tell you what. If the rig can make it come through, if not, I'm sending the Govs jet. I'll put you up in the hotel, brother, or you can stay in the executive east wing of the Govs mansion. I'm waiting.
He said, what about Cousins?
What about Cousins and his sorry-ass contract? Yeah, we're hamstrung by it. But what am I supposed to do? I don't run the team. I didn't want Cousins here. And he over here talking about Teddy Bridgewater and stuff. Man, the whole state wanted Teddy Bridgewater here.
Yeah,
but it didn't happen.
I think that was a general manager issue more than a coach. That's why I still like Zimmerman. I think the general manager did not want.
H-Rap, yeah, you're totally correct on that. I mean, Zimmerman, him and Teddy were like father and son, man. I mean, they were that tight. So, Zimmerman, then that was the rumor, did not want to get rid of Teddy, but, it happened.
Yeah, man. Hey, Vince, talk to me about this NCAA, man. Who you got? Who you looking forward to? And give me two sleepers as well.
Oh, boy. Shoot. Oh, man. Who do I like? It's kind of wide open, man. Before Zion went down in Duke, obviously a lot of people were thinking Duke, but you got North Carolina, you got Kentucky heating up a little bit. Michigan State here in the Big Ten starting to play some ball. You got Purdue playing real nice. So, in all honesty, man, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one.
Okay.
A couple sleepers are, your typical smaller school teams. Keep an eye on like a Radford type guy. I heard you were talking about Houston earlier. That's a team to keep an eye on as well. And as much as I hate to say it, being from Minnesota, all of a sudden these Badgers from Wisconsin are starting to heat up a little bit too.
Yeah.
They've made many runs here recently, so that's kind of scary as well.
The team that I'm keeping an eye on is the team that everybody was like, oh, you lost to them last year when University of Arizona lost to Buffalo. Everybody was like, who the hell are they? That is a team that I'm keeping an eye on. Buffalo is a team that I'm keeping an eye on. And another team that I'm keeping an eye on is Kansas State. A lot of people are not paying attention to them because we're so focused on Kansas in the Big 12. Kansas State is a hell of a team. And my Final Four,
and they won the conference this year as well. They're the regular season champs out there. So, I hope so because I'm getting tired of always hearing about the Jayhawks. So I hope the Wildcats can do something.
Exactly. I got Michigan. My Final Four. I know, and this is all in accordance to seeding, but the teams I'm watching out for in the Final Four is Gonzaga, Virginia, Michigan State, and the aforementioned Kentucky Wildcats that you said.
Right. Yeah, I could totally agree with that. I think the Zion thing, he may be hurt more than he's letting on. Obviously they're probably trying to hold him out for a tournament run, but, my Dukies have kind of showed what they are without him, and that's just kind of an okay team, but they should be better because of, the other two McDonald's All-American on the team and everybody else, but, yeah, I don't see Duke going as far as I thought they were going to go this year.
This is something I've been proclaiming the entire time I've had my show, the whole 3 years, that I said it 3 years ago, I said within 3 to 5 years, a team that nobody's suspecting is going to win the NCAA tournament simply because when you are running after all these big time recruits and you put those dudes up against adults, I would take a very talented adult, meaning a 20 to 23-year-old versus a uber talented teenager any day, and that's why Coach Cal hasn't been able to win.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to.
No. Go ahead. Speak on it, man.
But I said the same thing a couple years ago back on my show with the Wisconsin-Kentucky game in the Final Four.
Exactly.
I kept saying Wisconsin is going to beat these guys. And the brothers were looking at me like I was some type of racial trait or something. What do you mean these white dudes going to come in here and beat Kentucky and blah, blah, blah? But I'm in the Big Ten.
Right.
I watched Wisconsin. I've been to a couple of their games when they played the Gophers. And I said, just because of what you just said, at that time, Kaminsky and all those guys, they were seniors, man, 23, 24 years old. Coming in against an all-freshman Kentucky team? Nope. And, obviously history proved me right, but I couldn't agree with you more, H-Rap.
Yeah, it's going
Hopefully Young
to...
will learn something about basketball from what you said as well.
Hey, he says, he just said Duke got 3 to 5 5-star students, 5-star players without Zion. What are you talking about?
No, he's right. That's what I'm saying, man. They should be much better. They went in there, looked good in I think it was the Syracuse game on the road, but that was it, and all of a sudden, is he going to be able to play in the tournament? I don't know.
I think
because nobody's saying nothing.
I think they're preserving him simply because if you put him out there too soon, he's going to get a lot of backlash. And he's one of the few coaches, I won't say the only, he's one of the few coaches in America that he has the cachet. Remember back in the late 80s, early 90s, when Bobby Knight could damn near be 500 and make the tournament. Coach K has officially reached that status. Yeah. So it really doesn't make a difference.
Kind of going off of his reputation at this point.
Exactly. It's not many coaches that you can do that with now.
I'm a good fan, brother, but that's a fair point.
Yep. All right, man. Thanks for calling, Gov.
No problem. H-Rap, great show, man. I'm glad I was able to actually catch you live today. And Jungle Brother, instead of being all up in the videos, all up in the show, come to Minnesota.
Oh, man.
I'm going.
All right, man. And again, I got to give my man Vince Wright a great call. Thank you for calling in, man. Anybody else want to call in? 773-803-9824. 773-803-9824. I'm welcoming all callers. There is no such thing as derailing my show. My show is about me and you interacting. But since nobody's called in, I'm going to move on to the National Basketball Association. I'm going to start off by defending my favorite player, one of my favorite players, because y'all all know who my favorite player is. Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III, number 11, Detroit Pistons, Chicago West Side, same neighborhood I'm from. K-Town in the building. I got my man, number 1 Chief Rocker Jersey, Vern Master Blaster in the building. As I stated, I need y'all to follow X-Squad affiliates, Real Cash Rangers, and that includes Key Seed. Number 1 Chief Rocker Jersey, Vern, Mo Cheese, Ben from BSD, Kev from Clutch Conversation, J Fish the Microwave, Deep Greatest, DJ Knox, and Real Cash Rangers, that Ninja, and my main man, Jungle Brother, who you just heard on the show. Now, in this just a little more than 45 minutes I got on the show, what I'm gonna do is defend my brother Magic Johnson. Now, you can call me a homer. Hold on 1 second. Let me get before I get into this. My man Jungle said Coach K can't develop talent that's taller than 6'5". Their best 6'5", their best players are 6'8" or taller. Hence, Duke's underachievement. Oh damn, man. Oh, they don't have any 7-footers. But you know what it is, Jungle. I don't know if he can't develop players. I just think he is a developer of talent and he has not truly acclimated to the whole one and done thing because they are Duke and because he's Coach K with those Olympic connections and professional connections and his reputation. He's able to lure in that big time talent, but he is a developer. He is not a one and done coach. He needs to revert back to what Roy Williams has been doing and putting lesser talent on the court and coaching them up and winning. That's just my personal opinion. But back to my man Irvin Magic Johnson. First and foremost, you can call me a homer. You can say, "Oh, you saying that because Magic your man?" But I am going to force you to use your muscle memory, and how I'm going to do that is this. Let's go back a little less than 2 years ago, when Magic Johnson was. You know what? I'm going to go back 2 years. Let's go back to the beginning of the summer last year, summer 2017, when Magic Johnson. When Magic Johnson said he was going to get LeBron James, and what was said before this season started. Magic Johnson, in my personal opinion, this is an opinion. If you don't believe me, Joe, who's in the chat room, he will tell you I said this on my show 2 years ago when the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Golden State Warriors. The way to beat the Golden State Warriors is not to try to outshoot them. You do not go up against Michael Jordan in the dunk contest. You don't go up against the fat man in the eating contest. You don't foot race Michael Vick or Carl Lewis. You don't get into a throwing contest with a quarterback. So why the hell would you try to get into a shooting contest with the Golden State Warriors? I personally believe Magic Johnson's strategy of physicality and driving to the hole is the perfect way to beat the Golden State Warriors. And what I mean by that is this. I don't care who you are and where you come from. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. Make them play defense, bump them every chance you can, and you'll beat them. The reason that is my ideology is this. We are all human beings. And when we move our feet and play defense, we get tired. And when you get tired, what gets tired first when you play basketball? Your legs. You do not shoot a basketball with your wrists and your arms. You shoot a basketball primarily with your legs. It's about lift and it's about extension. And when you lose a half an inch or an inch off your lift, that throws your shot off. So when you have the best shooters in recent NBA history, or the best two shooters in the game, and their legs are tired, no matter how well conditioned they are, their legs will get tired from working their going through their playbook and running around picks and things like that. And then you make them play defense. What will happen if their shots will go off? They go from being excellent shooters to being very good shooters, and everybody knows you can beat a team who are very good jump shooters. That was the thought behind Magic Johnson signing Lance Stevenson and all these guys who drive to the basket. All this nonsense about this is a 3-point shooting league. This is a 3-point shooting league. You need 3-point shooting. How about this? Where were the 3-point shooters 2 years ago, at the beginning of the last season on the Houston Rockets? Trevor Ariza, not a 3-point shooter. You got a decent 3-point shooter in James Harden, and